Southeast Georgia and the Lowcountry. This is WJCL 22 Morning News. See us now.
The children are bearing this burden with their lives. And I'm here to ask and to demand that it stop right now.
Right now on WJCL 22 Morning News, a 6-month-old little boy is dead, caught in the crossfire. The other cases involving young victims that sparked a cry for change across Atlanta.
Getting down, get down!
Video captured the moment shots rang out in this parking lot, steps away from a busy restaurant. The damage left behind and the other case being linked to this shooting.
School mask mandate shut down. The major Supreme Court ruling raising tensions here and across the country.
On standby, I'm Aixa Diaz in Washington, why thousands of U.S. troops could be heading to Eastern Europe.
And here's a live look from City Hall on Ford Avenue in beautiful Richmond Hill as folks begin to get their Tuesday started.
We want to thank you so much for waking up with us right here on WJCL 22. I'm Emma Hamilton.
And I'm Frank Solkowski. Meteorologist Jonathan Myers joining us as well. And Jonathan, another chilly start to the day.
Yeah, it is chilly, but one good thing is not that frosty conditions like we had yesterday morning. And today you'll definitely notice more clouds around and also a chance for maybe a few showers as we go through the day. The best chance of rain will be mainly south of I-16. We'll see that greatest chance for that little light rain that's be possible. And today will be a little below average, should be 62. Most of us will be mid to upper 50s. That'll take you throughout the afternoon, then cooling back down to the low 50s there at 6 o'clock. Live radar is showing a little light rain around Vidalia, also Baxley, Hazelhurst, seeing little light rain showers, just enough to kind of get the road wet this morning. And if you live in Savannah, the low country, really not seeing a whole lot of rain throughout it most of the daytime. But you would think here comes some rain, but I really believe the bulk of this shower activity will stay to our south throughout the daytime as it moves on off toward the east. So at times of day, you may need that umbrella with a little light rain, and then cold weather. More of it is on the way by the end of the week, and the weekend is definitely looking cold. I'll detail that for you coming up in less than 10 minutes.
We're staying on top of breaking news in Savannah, where a rollover crash as part of I-16 shut down. Savannah police say one eastbound lane of I-16 is closed between Chatham Parkway and 516. Now, thankfully, they say no one is seriously hurt, although they do ask you that if you are heading that way this morning to please find an alternate route.
The children are bearing this burden with their lives. And I'm here to ask and to demand that it stop right now.
Well, right now, the mayor of Atlanta demanding change after a 6-month-old little boy was killed, caught in the crossfire of a drive-by shooting. This morning, authorities are desperate to find whoever's behind this shooting.
They say it all happened yesterday afternoon. The boy's mother said the bullet went through her car and hit her son sitting in the back seat. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, this is the second time this month a baby was a homicide victim in Atlanta. Mayor Andre Dickens shared a passionate message last night. Enough is enough.
A murder has happened at the swimming pool last summer, a 15-year-old in Anderson Park. We still have the murder of Sequoia Turner, an 8-year-old. We have the innocent life going up 400 of a 7-year-old that was shot on the highway up from Lenox last year.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp tweeted last night, quote, "Our hearts are broken for the loss of this innocent child. This kind of lawlessness must end, and these criminals must be held accountable."
It's about getting down, get down!
New this morning, gunfire erupted outside a busy Atlanta restaurant. The whole thing caught on camera. You can see dozens of people running for cover Sunday night. This video was shared by ATL Censored on Twitter. Now, according to WSB TV, police say that shooting started in the parking lot of Loca Luna. They say 2 cars were damaged, but no one was hurt. They also said they were called to another shooting just down the road that same night where a person was shot. Officers say they're expected to be okay. Now, this morning, in other news, thousands of U.S. troops are on standby, ready to be deployed to Eastern Europe.
Our Aixa Diaz is in Washington with what's next as we prepare to respond to a Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Emma, Frank, diplomacy continues, but the U.S. is preparing to join NATO forces if Vladimir Putin moves troops from the border into Ukraine. This morning, 8,500 U.S. troops are on heightened alert in case Russia invades Ukraine. U.S. service members would join the NATO response force and head to Eastern Europe.
Think about the Baltics. Think about countries like Romania and Bulgaria, that kind of thing. It would be on the eastern flank of NATO to bolster their capabilities in their own self-defense.
In recent weeks, Russia has increased the number of troops stationed at the border with Ukraine, showing no signs of de-escalation. Talks between U.S. diplomats and Russian counterparts have done little to lower the temperature. The White House says Americans in Ukraine should leave now.
We are conveying very clearly now that now is the time to leave and that there are means to do that.
The U.S. is currently preparing a written response to Russia's demands in the region, which include less Western influence and barring Ukraine from joining NATO. Russia denies it's planning to attack its neighbor. Congress is out this week, but lawmakers are discussing sanctions legislation if Russia invades, and Democratic leaders are reportedly requesting briefings from the administration for all senators and House members. In Washington, Aixa Diaz, WJCL 22 News.
All new this morning, a Supreme Court ruling on mask mandates in schools. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has that for us, plus the latest from parents and teachers questioning the current requirements.
This morning, a major new ruling from the Supreme Court of New York on the polarizing issue of masks. A judge striking down New York's mask mandate for all public schools and locations.
The Supreme Court has ruled that the mandates are unconstitutional.
Overnight, Governor Kathy Hochul saying her administration strongly disagrees with the ruling, and the New York State Education Department telling superintendents across the state schools must continue to follow the mask rule while they appeal. The debate over masks in schools also playing out in Virginia, where 7 districts are suing the new Republican governor over his executive order, which allows parents to opt their children out of school mask requirements. In California, schools in Los Angeles are now tightening requirements, telling students they must wear a non-cloth mask with a nose wire at all times, including during sports events.
Children are getting COVID at record numbers, which means classes in schools are shutting down because of it, and also they're spreading it to their parents and grandparents, other family members.
More than 1.1 million children in the U.S. tested positive for COVID last week, but pediatric hospitalizations fell 11% during the same time period. And people aged 17 and under still have the lowest number of hospitalizations from COVID compared to any other age group. It all comes as 31 states report a plateau or decrease in new COVID cases overall. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Now, the White House has started to distribute 400 million free N95 masks. Many of the larger pharmacies tell ABC News they expect to get them later this week. Well, in Savannah, physicians at Memorial Health say they're seeing a decline in COVID hospitalizations. Right now, the hospital has 66 patients compared to 97 just a week ago. Officials believe this could be a sign the surge of the Omicron variant may have reached its peak.
This is the first day where we've had a negative rate, meaning that for a sustained period of days, we've had less people be admitted to the hospital with COVID-19. So to me, those are usually the heralding signs of us moving out of the peak of a resurgence.
Meanwhile, St. Joseph's Candler Healthcare System seeing a slight increase in patients over the last week.
New this morning, we're learning more about the devastating volcanic eruption near Tonga that sparked tsunami warnings for parts of the U.S. West Coast. NASA officials now say the eruption was hundreds of times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. Tonga's prime minister said 3 people were killed and hundreds of homes were destroyed. The volcanic cloud covered all of the country's roughly 170 islands.